Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Rolex coming at you with another PUBG Mobile video, and today I have for you the perfect sensitivity settings for PUBG Mobile. Finally, I'm uploading my sensitivity settings after so long, so let's go ahead and get into it, and I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. Also, as you guys can tell, I changed my outfit. I did a community post, so this is I believe this is a season 3 outfit. I used to wear this for a while, and then everyone was telling me to change it, so now we're back at it again. But no, I'm just trolling. I'll probably change into a new one, so keep on the lookout for that in the streams. All right, so here we go. So we have the first screen of settings, and we have the overall. We have low, medium, high, or custom. I used to play on high for months, maybe even the first year of PUBG Mobile. I literally played just on high. I didn't have anything else change. I literally played on high. I remember Power Bang asking me the very first stream that we ever played on, and his first question to me was, hey, what's your sensitivity settings, because you seem to be going like super fast. And I told him just that's a standard high, and he's like, oh wow, like I'm getting very dizzy. So yeah, I've gotten that a lot since I've been streaming, is that many people seem to get a little bit dizzy when they watch me. I do have my sensitivities pretty high compared to most people, and I do kind of move around a lot, so apologies if I made you dizzy at any point. But you know, the majority of people, they say that they just get used to it, so you can get used to it too. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I used to have it on high, but now I have it at custom. And for the camera sensitivity for free look, third person, I have 140. For the first person camera, I have 130, and for the camera itself, I have 155. Third person no scope, I have 127. First person no scope, I have 100. Red dot holographic and aim assist, I have 53. The 2x scope, I have 73. 3x 27, 4x 17, 6x 14, 8x 9%. So as you guys can tell, there's obviously a trend. As you slowly begin to go up in scope, you decrease your sensitivity little by little. For the 2x, it's unique in its own. The 2x, I just hate it. It's the worst scope in my opinion. I cannot use the 2x. It's not because of my sensitivity. I just don't like anything of it. From here on out, this is what we'll kind of want to see. So my ADS sensitivity for the third person no scope is 161. My first person no scope is 120. My red dot holographic and aim assist is 60%. My 2x is 37. 3x is 22. 4x is 20. 6x is 12, and 8x is 11. So this is my ADS sensitivity. Now, a lot of people ask me, hey, Rolex, whenever you spray, do you also use a finger to pull down to help your recoil? No. No, I do not. If you use gyroscope, do not use another finger to help you pull. It kind of defeats the purpose. Do not use another finger to help you with controlling your recoil. If you cannot control your recoil with gyro, your sensitivity settings are wrong. You need to up them up a little bit higher, or you need to move your phone faster, so that way you can only control your recoil with gyro. I highly recommend that. Think of it like this. Think of it as you have a limited amount of fingers that you use, right? Whether it's 4, whether it's 3, maybe even thumbs, the way I used to play for about a year, right? Now I play 3-finger claw. Whatever you guys use, remember that when you're using your finger to swipe down with recoil, that's one less finger that you can be using to use something else for. Whether it's aiming down sights, whether it's leaning, right? Whether it's crouching, whether it's reloading, whether it's trying to toss a frag grenade, so you're switching your equipment. You are using one more finger that you shouldn't be using for recoil. So this is my biggest recommendation when it comes to sensitivity. All right, use gyroscope. Right, if you use if you use thumbs, you need to go full on gyro. I'm telling you right now. The reason for this is because with full on gyro, your close quarter combat is going to insanely get better. Trust, you're going to improve so much when it comes to close quarter combats. And I know a lot of people always ask me, dude, how do you do close quarter combats? Hey man, I'm always, you know, struggling with these fights that are super close quarters in buildings. I can't seem to win any. The majority of times it's because you're either not using full gyro, or right, there's some people who use claw, 4 fingers, 5 fingers, and they're not using full gyro. Sometimes their fingers slip. And they just mess up, right? With full gyro, you have total control of where your character is aiming. You're not gonna slip. Your phone's not going to slip out of your hands and then you're just dead. That doesn't happen, right? With fingers, that can happen, especially when it gets to 6-finger claw setup, 5-finger claw setup. It can get very complicated very fast. And if you don't know how to be that precise and accurate with your finger touch, you might slip up, and that's going to cost you a battle. So I suggest to use full gyro. This is what I use, okay? I switched from thumbs to 3-finger gyroscope only for a little bit, and then I realized, hey, I'm using 3-finger, I need to go to full gyro. So if you're using thumbs or 3-finger claw, I suggest you use full gyro. If you're using 4-finger, I suggest you at least have scope only on for gyro, but I also recommend using full gyro. And this is where it gets interesting. So this is my sensitivity for gyroscope. My gyroscope for third person no scope is 275. My first person no scope is 275. My red dot holographic aim assist is 255. My 2x scope is 240. 3x scope is 237. My 4x scope is 190. My 6x scope is 70, and my 8x scope is 65. Now, I'm not really that big of a sniper. The majority of games I usually spray, so your 8x sensitivity for gyro as well as your 6x might be a little bit too high than you should have it at if you use sniper. Right after I go over all of my settings for sensitivity, I'll go ahead and show you guys some training room gameplay that I actually just did a few minutes ago. Now let's go ahead and get to the details of each of them. For gyroscope, third person no scope, and first person no scope, I have mine at 275. The reason for this is because you need to be moving quick whenever you're using gyroscope, right? If you have to look around to your left or right, you don't want to be using your fingers. That's the thing. You're using full gyro for a reason. Do not put full gyro on and then be using your fingers to move around. It defeats the purpose of you saving your fingers to use them for something else. That is the whole point of full gyro, right? You don't want to be using a finger to swipe left or right. You want to be doing that with your phone. Now, okay? Obviously, if you're turning 180 degrees, you're going to be using a finger real quick, right? You're just going to be swiping, and that'll be it. But this is for in case when it comes to close quarter combats, right? Let's say a person isn't directly on your crosshair in front of you. Let's say he's either a little bit to your right or a little bit to your left. You want to be able to rotate your phone to move your phone left or right so that you can get him in the middle of the crosshair, and then you can start spraying and win the gunfight, right? So this is why I have it set to highs, because you don't want to have it set to low and you're moving super slow. You want to be able to quickly lock onto an enemy and gun him down, right? So this is why I have it at 275. I suggest you either have it at 275 or 300. Red dot holographic and aim assist, I have it at 255. Also, big reason, right? Whenever a car is rotating, people always ask, dude, how do you spray people down without red dot so fast? This is why, because I have my sensitivity at 255. You want to have this at least, I suggest at least above 240. Now I understand, right? Maybe 255 doesn't work for you. Maybe 270 doesn't work for you. That's why I'm giving you my sensitivity settings. It isn't for you guys to copy them. It's for you guys to try them out and see if they work and slowly begin to either up them or downgrade them, right? Slowly, if my 4x sensitivity is too high for you, put it at 180, right? Put it at 170. This is a good starting point though. This is what I use. And you guys obviously have seen my streams. You guys have seen my gameplay. This is what I use. Am I calling myself the best player? No, not at all, right? I'm far from the best. I have so much to learn, and I'll be learning every single day I play this game. 2x I have a 240. 2x blah. 3x I have 237. Now, 237 is the... I've tried everything around this, right? I've tried 236, 235, 234, 238, 241, and up and up and up and down, down, down. 237 is my sweet spot. That is what I like. 4x ACOG scope or VSS, I have it at 190. When it comes to the 4X, I've always been a fan of the 4X. Always. From the very beginning of, I remember if you guys would watch me back in my first streams, I used to love the 4X with the M4, right? I got used to it. Not many people did. Whenever I used to play professionally with my teams, if someone else had a 4X and I had either a 3 or 6, I would always switch with them. Why? Because they just weren't used to the 4X and I was. I mean, so it would, to the best benefit for the team, it would be best if they had the scope that they were used to, and if I had a scope that, you know, I was semi-good at. So 4X ACOG scope VSS, I have it at 190. The 6X, I have it at 70. Nah, I don't want to play right now. The 6X, I have it at 70%. This is, again, the 6X and the 8X is a little bit too high when it comes to sniping. The 8X, I've gotten used to it, so 65 is what I have for sniping. Obviously, that's really the only thing you can do, or unless you have like a mini or something. Or the 6X, I have it at 70 as well. Try these out, see what you guys like. Might be a little bit too high, especially for the 6X. It'll be a little bit too high for sniping, so maybe go down to 60, and maybe for the 8x go down to 55 or 50. Try those out. But yeah, these are my sensitivities. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of them. Let's go ahead and check them out one by one again. So here's the first screen. Here's the second screen. Here's the third screen. And here's the fourth screen. So hope you guys enjoy. If you did, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel for some daily PUBG Mobile content. And here is some gameplay of me in training room with these sensitivity settings. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.